teams with the biggest fan zone in the world. Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans. Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
Welcome to the third game at the Afcon after that game between Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea ended 1-1. And right now we have the most successful team when it comes to African Cup of Nations, Egypt taking on Mozambique. And this is a game where we have Mo Salah, the Liverpool legend, we can call him that, starting in this encounter against Mozambique. My name is Adia Michelle and I'll be your host for this edition of the Afcon coverage on Premier Sports Fan Center, where we'll give you the watch along and the commentary of what is going down there in Ivory Coast. And to our Egyptian fans, you can also join on this program to listen and hear what is happening as your team plays against Mozambique. Let's see what they'll be giving us in this encounter. And I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me Yemite and Solomon. Good afternoon. Good evening, guys.
All right. Yeah. Good evening, Yemite. Good evening, Shegu. And good evening, our viewers. Another beautiful moment of the Afcon, and this time around is the biggest and a country who have won the Afcon more than every other country. That is Egypt.
Yes, Egypt.
And that is the first goal
for the Egyptians. And that is the first goal. Egypt has broken the deadlock in that encounter so early into this game. And it's that big man who just got them the first goal. The striker, Mustafa Mohamed, has just given Egypt the first goal in this game against Mozambique. What a way to start this encounter.
Yeah, what a way to start. You see, before we started the show, I was telling Solomon that you see a serious team that wants to win. And that's how they don't no time to time to waste. You keep your opponent at the back foot from the start of the week.
Yeah, we're a movement from Egypt there. And that cross from Mahmoud Trezeguet finds his way into the box there. What a movement there. And look at that turn from the striker. And a big spot to give Egypt the lead very early into this game. Great goal there from Egypt. Mo Salah involved in that. But that was a great turn there from Mustafa Mohamed. And it's Egypt leading 1-0 against Mozambique in this encounter.
Yeah, Mustafa got that goal. Mo Salah missed that goal. And Mustafa said, yeah, guy. I am the guy to watch in this Afcon. It's not Mo Salah. It just, look at the miss from Mo Salah.
No, I don't think there was a miss there.
It was a miss. Of course, Mo Salah missed that.
No, he missed the
Mo Salah.
He eluded him. It's not like he missed
Yeah. Because he was supposed to be in control of that ball, but he actually missed it, and the ball moved away from him, and Mustafa got that. And look, he represented himself.
Wow, that was so early on that goal was scored in the second minute of this encounter. And it's Egypt who are firing against all cylinder in this game against Mozambique. We're a way to start a game of football. And you were talking about a team being serious and a team being unserious in the game of football.
Yeah, in the game of football, you just have to show intention, show seriousness, show promise. Whatever direction you are going to, you need to show it from the first minute of the game. One of the best way to face to take on your opponent is to put them where you want them to be from the beginning of the game. That explains it. You saw how lackadaisical Nigeria was in front of goal. How annoying, humiliating they were. How frustrating they were in front of goal. But look at this. That was an half chance. Converted it. Egypt 1-0 up at this early embers of the game. Now, Mozambique, anything they came for strategically is now in the gutter side now until they come back into this game. And it's now left to be seen if Egypt will ever allow them to come back.
Let's say if Egypt will be allowing Mozambique to get the comeback, as Mozambique are just threatening around now, but that goes back into the hands of the Egyptian goalkeeper, as that threat won't be eluding any or finding his way into the back of the net, or that will be an immediate response for Mozambique against Egypt in this encounter. Anyway, from the game between Mozambique and Egypt is also the game between Manchester United and Tottenham. That game is in the 34th minute and it's currently 1-1 with goals scored by Richarlison and Oshland in this encounter. Manchester United against Tottenham. What are you guys' expectation in that game?
I think most likely when I looked at that game, even on those spoke on Friday, I
Yeah.
saw a game painted as a draw. That's just what I say. I couldn't really see a team coming out victors in this game, but let's just see. And it's good to see Timo Werner back in the Premier League actually. And let's see if he can do something spectacular in Tottenham Hotspur. He didn't give Chelsea so much in the Premier League, but let's see. Second chances. And we just have to see if it will actually come good for Tottenham.
What about you, Solomon?
Yeah, it's a very tight encounter. I actually know that there will be both teams to score in this encounter between Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur, and I also know that there's going to be 2.5 in this encounter between Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur. And the game is going as actually thought. 2 goals in the first half, and we expect more goals in the second half of this encounter.
Okay, that game is in the 35th minute. Let's say if Manchester United or Tottenham will be getting more goals in the first half, as that game is getting and eating up in that encounter at Old Trafford. Back to the game between Egypt and the Mozambique, as Mozambique who are currently attacking against the Egyptians. And let's see if they'll be getting that equalizer earlier on in this encounter. We're still under 10 minutes, but Mozambique without early goal in this encounter has really, Egypt without early goal against Mozambique in this encounter has really put a lot of pressure on Mozambique to get their foot on the pedal in this encounter. Solomon, looking at this game, what are your expectations from the Egyptians?
All right, the Egyptians. I expected the Egyptians to win and good for them in the 4th minute. Going to the 5th minute, they scored the first goal, and I also expect the Mozambique to fight back because once you have been wounded, you definitely bring out your best. But it's the best
a good
thing.
chance for Mozambique, but that's only threatening the goalkeeper of Egypt there as that was flew off, and it's going to be a goal kick to Egypt in this encounter.
Mozambique has been wounded, and that is the best thing for Egyptians to do. Get the first goal, early goal, let the Mozambique come out, and you hit them because they are desperate to get the goal. And that was what I expected the Super Eagles to do against Equatorial Guinea. But the Equatorial Guinea got the first goal, and they put the Super Eagles in pressure to equalize. They equalized that, and that was how the game ended 1-1. So in this encounter, I expected the Egyptians to win, and I'm sure they're going to win comfortably. Talking about Mo Salah in the Afcon, he has scored 6 goals and 3 assists. And this very moment, I think it's an opportunity for him to look at the likes of Samuel Eto'o, who has 18 goals in the Afcon. And 18 goals throughout in the African Cup of Nations. Samuel Eto'o is the highest who have 18 goals, and nobody has come close. The people that have come close have already retired. People likes of Hassan of Egypt, and Rashidi Yekini of Nigeria, who had 13 goals, in the Afcon. So Mo Salah is still an active player. This is an opportunity for him to go close to Samuel Eto'o.
Okay, let's say Mo Salah will breaking that records. When it comes to breaking records, he's not new to that, as he has broken a lot of records in England. He's currently the top scorer when it comes to Africans who has played in the EPL. Let's say we're breaking this record also. What do you think he can actually break that record of Samuel Eto'o, 18 goals, and him having 6 is quite a lot of numbers for a player who is over on the other turns of 30?
As far as I'm concerned, I think he's a suffering lucky. I don't think Mo Salah can go close. That's a whooping
number.
8 goals or there.
Yeah, that's about 12
goals
to break. At the age of 32, if I'm not mistaken.
And Egypt is not that team that scores too many goals in the app. You just see them with one
goal, 2 goals under that.
So, okay, if it's the only one even scoring those goals, and how many can he fathom how to get to that number? Mo Salah is just a victim of picking up later in his career. He didn't pick up early enough for him to hit at those numbers. What helped Samuel Eto'o was that he picked up at a very young age and was scoring at
Here's a chance for Mozambique with this big equalizer, but they chose to go out there and they lost that to Egypt, who will be left around the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper with his very second goal, but the good save there for Emani, the goalkeeper of Mozambique, as he kept his team back in this encounter. And it's still 1-0, and it's Mozambique who are attacking against Egypt right now, and they chose to go, but that was the wrong pass. So Stats couldn't find the big man up front, Stanley Rafter through there, and it's going to be a throw-in to Mozambique. Up to 10 minutes has really been lightning and full of end-to-end stuff between Egypt and Mozambique.
Yeah. Of course, it has been an end-to-end stuff. It's this kind of, if you look at the match now, the first 5 minutes or 7 minutes of this game, it looks even more intense than the match between Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea because they were relaxed. But if you look at it, both sides are fighting. Equatorial Guinea, Mozambique are also fighting.
Yeah, we have second goal in the game between Manchester United and Tottenham. It is
Rashford.
Marcus Rashford, who has just given Manchester United the lead in that game, and is Manchester United currently leading at Old Trafford 2-1 against Tottenham in that encounter. Great goal for Marcus Rashford. And Arsenal scoring in this game. It looks like these two men are back in form for Manchester United.
Yeah, it looks more like it. When you talk about Rashford, but scoring in this kind of games, it will improve, give you, it will raise your confidence realistically because he has had a very challenging start to the season, and he's just a victim of his standards last season. So, and football is more or less most likely a lot about continuity, and you just have to talk about Tottenham playing Ireland. Playing this highline, it has a way of punishing you. Man, you look so good because they are playing an explosively attacking side like Tottenham. When they see a team that plays low block or a team that's pragmatic or maybe is ready to defend better than the attack, man, you will struggle.
But we had the coach, Astor Postotogo, or I also hope I didn't murder that name. When he talked after the game between Chelsea and Tottenham, he said he will always keep on playing that highlight football and that all attacking football, no matter how much red cards his team get. For how long do you think Tottenham can condole this?
It depends. They must have spoken about it before they gave him the job. And when you want to employ a coach, the tactics, the kind of way they want to play has to be in the conversation. That's why they interview coach, and he must have told them his own mindset, his own thinking, his own way of playing football. And they agree totally. To some extent, it has worked. This is another sports side, different from the one last season. This one, they're more entertaining to watch. They play sweet and safe transitional play. And this game is not over. It's just 2-1. They can still come back. And Spurs has proven to be a team that can come back. They came back against Arsenal at the Emirates. And so they can come back against Man.
Okay, can you hear that sound from here, man? It's that Spurs are a team of comebacks in game of football, and it's not surprising to see them go 2-1 down in that game against Manchester United. And back to the game between Egypt and Mozambique. It's Egypt who has a chance there, but that was easily cut out. And it's Mozambique in their yellow jersey will be leading an attack against the Egyptians, and this game is lighting up. It's an end-to-end stuff between both teams, and it's Egypt through their winger there and is witty with the ball there. Chose to cut into the box, but lost that out, and it's Egypt who have caught that possession. But back into the hands of Domingos, who sends one straight into the midfield, and it's Mozambique attacking right now against Egypt. One go down in the 13th minute, but they are not looking like they are losing hope against Egypt.
Yeah, they are not looking like they are losing up against Egypt. And you see, one thing I like about them, they've not really respected Egypt. They know that he was down already.
No fear.
No fear to fall again. So they need to come out and play. If they want anything from this game, they need to play to earn it. And it's very, very important. So you have to give them kudos. They've came out to play, but when you are playing I-line against Egypt like this, it can be risky because Egypt can actually hurt you and hurt you really bad.
And not just that, Egypt can always hurt you. And that's another opportunity for Manchester United with this very third goal. And that is Marcus Rashford, but he couldn't hold on to that. But still, Manchester United the possession of the ball there, and they hold on to it. What would they make out of it? They send that back into the hands of Marcus Rashford, and still Manchester United. But Tottenham right now has pushed them out of their box and back to the game between Egypt and Mozambique. That game is in the 14th minute already, but Egypt still leading 1-0. Let's go straight to the starting 11. Egypt kept into this game with 4-3-3 formation. Mohamed El Shenawi is the goalkeeper, and on right back we have Mohamed Hani, and the defensive pairing of Ahmed Ghazi and Mohamed Abdul Moni, and at left back we have Mohamed Hamdi. In midfield it's Zizo, Amdi Fati, and Mohamed El Neni. That's the name that rings bell because he plays for Arsenal Football Club, though he hasn't really seen much of fixture when he was at Arsenal, sorry. And up front is the captain, Mohamed Salah. Mustafa Mohamed who got the goal and Mohamed Trezeguet. And talking about Mahmoud Trezeguet and Mohamed Salah, these are names who we are used to when it comes to the Egyptians.
Yeah, names that we have been used to. They've been players who have been there, done that. They have, but it's just a shame that Mosala has not won the Afcon
For Egypt.
before. So let's just hope that this one might be a different one because they look like a more serious side. You know, God. I don't think God is really a biased God. He will reward hard work. And when you look at a federation that understand hiring and firing coaches, it has to be Egypt. They go for the best, and even if the best fail, they sack the best and get another best for the job at hand. And their league is functioning. Look at there's a lot of money in their league. They pay in dollars, and when you look at it, that's one of the reasons why your national team most likely will struggle when your league is not functioning the way it should. And the quality of talent is directly proportional to your facilities too. You can have talent and not have facilities. Brazil is facing challenges economically, but their football, their facilities, they keep bringing out talent. One of the ways they earn dollars in their country is based on the talent that football gives. Look at Rodrigo. Look at Gabriel Jesus. You can begin
Vinicius.
to mention them, and they're still coming out. Look at now, Hendrick is coming. Look at Victor Roque is coming from Barcelona with the way Barcelona fans that suffered a lot celebrating a 17 and 18-year-old as if he will be their savior. But you just have to talk about the way they invested in their own league and their talent, facilities on ground. Enabling environment is the job of the government. And Egypt has given that to their own team. And look at the team. Half of this team most likely is from their league.
Well, you can always say that again when it comes to creating an enabling society for football. It's Egypt in Africa. If Egypt is the most successful at Afcon, we also have Al Ahly, who was the most successful when it comes to CAF football. And you have to look at Al Ahly and what they've actually achieved when playing for the in the FIFA World Club Cup. They always get to the top place, and that is money spinning competition. A lot of money to be shared amongst those teams, and that is the investment. Not just Egypt, but just about the North Africans. They've actually invested so much in their sports, and that is why you can see them growing and enjoying the return on that investment. Morocco got to the semi-finals of the World Cup and finished as fourth, which is actually good for Africa. Here's a cross into the box and an opportunity for Mozambique. And they stay in the box. Will that be the equalizer? Oh! Chance for Mozambique. What a chance, but they couldn't get that into the back of the net. Wow, what a movement here. What a cross. And what a final touch.
Look at this. See a team that is well coached. You will know that what this team is suffering from is the talent. Mozambique, look at the positional play. Look at the link-up play. Look how they build up to the attack. But
and just there an opportunity for Tottenham there, but they were just denied there by the woodwork. It was would have been the equalizer for Tottenham in the counter in the 47th minute. We are currently in additional time in that game between Tottenham and Manchester United, with Manchester United still leading 2-1 in that game. And one shot here again from Oshberg, but that's only going to the back of the net, and it's going to be a goal kick to Manchester United, who might be taking this 2-1 lead into halftime. Good not that here, but he couldn't just bring that down in that situation for for Tottenham. What an header. And that looks like it was beating Onana, but he had that to save.
Yeah, he had that.
The woodwork, sorry.
The
He had the woodwork.
saved them right there. And that's the one thing. Tottenham will keep asking the questions. They will keep taking the game to you. Either you like it or not, so it is you that is going to be ready to defend very well. And I just think that this game, there's still more to be seen in the second half. A lot of exciting moments, I think, are waiting in the second half. We've seen 3 goals already. Goals ruled the game. But the goals, the scoreline has not justified what has happened on this game. Tottenham has dominated this game so far.
And you can hear that term from here, my term. Tottenham has actually dominated the play against Tottenham. Against Manchester United, sorry, at Old Trafford, and back to the game between Egypt and Mozambique. Is Mozambique in their yellow jersey attacking against Egypt, who are playing their red and white jersey in this game. And Mozambique sends one to the wing to Witty there, who was onto the ball. What will he make out of it? But it was actually brought down, but the referee says play on, as he's not having any of that, and sends one straight into the midfield, but easily cut out there by by Mozambique, who will be attacking against Egypt right now, and turns once to the to the left, where they find Gildo on the ball there. Gildo sends one to Mandava there, who was onto the ball and sends it back to Divo. And what will Gildo make out of that? Sends it straight into the midfield, and still Mozambique, who goes back into their defense to restart play, and sends one back into the center back. Misa, who is on the ball now. Misa sends it straight to Domingos, and Domingos on the ball, holds onto that, and it's Mozambique who are attacking and enjoying better share of possession, but they couldn't just monster that out as they lost possession back into the hands of Egypt, and then he on the ball there, and then he sends one straight, which might just be sending Mo Salah clear on goal there, but Mo Salah straight to the right hand wing of the post of the field, holds onto the ball, sends it back into the midfield, but that shot keeps on selling high there, and that was a shot from Zizou, the midfielder for Egypt there, but that he couldn't bring down, and it has to go out for a goal kick to Mozambique in this encounter.
Yeah,
and it's halftime in the game between Manchester United and Tottenham, with Manchester United leading 2-1 at halftime. Yeah. And back to the game between Egypt, we saw that beautiful movement there from Egypt, but Zizou couldn't keep that at ground level.
Yeah, too much weight on that attempt, and I think he could be doing better because he had enough time and space on the ball to actually get a better attempt off the goalkeeper. But you have to give it to Salah. His hold-up play is fantastic. And one thing is now, it's not looking more like this is a team built around Salah. Stop Salah, you might stop half of the things Egypt have going forward. But one risk that it entails is if they have a proper tactician on the bench, you can use that in your own favor. Because when the direction is on one man, another man can easily do the damage. It's as simple as that.
Oh, let's talk about Mohamed and El Neni. I can't remember the last time he played for Arsenal Football Club. And yeah, he's starting for Egypt. When do you think this man is going to leave Arsenal?
I think he should leave at the end of this season. But you know that when you're in a club whereby it's a big name club and it's not affecting your call-up in the national team, why do you think Sancho left Man U? It's because it's not just
Sancho. At the point, Mohamed Guendouzi was with Arsenal. Guendouzi was with Arsenal. Yes. When he saw the starting shirt wasn't coming in, he had to just find his way out of Arsenal.
Yeah, there are some players like that. You want to play. It depends on your desire to play. Some players, they are not so far they don't worry. But there are some players, they want to be in the action. They want to be the headlines. They want to do something special week in, week out. So that is another factor we can factor into this equation. Because, see, El Neni not playing much for Arsenal. He was there when Arteta came through. The performance, can you compare Neni to what Rodrigo is giving right now? Or what Thomas Partey was giving when he came through? So I think it was just due to El Neni not raising his game. If he could have raised his game, Arteta, I don't think Arteta is a biased coach. He's one coach that when you perform, he will give you the playing time. There's one player right now that has improved, that his game time has also improved. Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
When he came, he was not performing. He dropped to the bench. When he came up against Rangers, scored that goal, he consistently began to perform. And he started playing him again. So that's how it is. When you see coaches like that, your performance will determine if you're on the field or not.
Okay, can you hear that sound from Yemite? And when it comes to arguing and discussing football and deciding football, he knows how to do that very well. Back into that encounter is Egypt, who are attacking against Mozambique right now, as it starts from the right hand of the field right there. There's Annie on the board and switches to go straight to the left and finds Fati, who is there, and finds Trezeguet. Trezeguet returns one back into the hands of Fati, and this Fati goes back into the hands of Abdel Malin there, and back into the midfield is Egypt enjoying possession in the 24th minute of this encounter, straight to the starting 11 of Mozambique as it comes out with a 4-2-3-1 formation in this encounter. And then is the goalkeeper, and we have Makanza as the right back in this encounter, and the defensive pairing of central back pairing of Meza and Dove, and at left back we have Mandava in left back for Mozambique. In midfield we have Guillama and Amade, who are the defensive midfield pairing for Mozambique in this encounter. And up front we have Witty, Domingos, and Gildo. And there's a low man striker, and there's that big man Ratifo standing up front for Mozambique in this encounter. And that's another chance for
the
Egyptian there. But he could have just kept that, and that was Tracy Gates with that big chance for Egypt there. But he could have just kept that into the back of the net, and it's still 1-0 in the 25th minute. It has actually been an explosive game between Egypt and Mozambique. Against all odds, we have Mozambique coming all out, attacking against Egypt.
Of course, it's a surprising game. Everybody would have given it to Egypt to win. Yeah, of course, Egypt have actually gotten the first goal, and we've seen Mozambique struggling against Egypt, and it's not like they've relaxed. It's not like they've relaxed. They're actually fighting back, and with the way it is going, we just saw Egypt now denied by the woodwork by the brilliant shot taken by an enemy.
Trust Gates.
Trust good. Okay, and you can see Mozambique fighting back, and the way it is going, it is not looking sweet. But if you look at if you want to go by history and by those who have actually won the Afcon, you want to give it to Egypt because Egypt is one of the countries that has won the Afcon back to back 3 times consecutively. Then Ghana also won it back to back. Cameroon also won it back to back. Then this time around, it's Senegal that won it in Cameroon. Let's see if they can win it back to back. But Egypt is one of the contenders, and they were in the final in the last encounter against Senegal. Let's see, because I watched that final. Mo Salah cried because he actually wanted that. Let's see if he can get what he wanted last season. Last time I didn't get.
Let's see if the Egyptian can get that their hands on this competition. As Mo Salah wants that competition, talking about the African Cup of Nations, so he can add to his exodus of trophies he has won with the Egyptian national team. And back in the midfield is Egypt, who are currently in possession of the ball as they attack against Mozambique right now. It is the central defender Egazi who was onto that. Oh, sorry, Abdul Malik there. Abdul Monin, sorry, who sends that to Egazi, and Egazi finding a 90, and then he sends him back to Abdul Monin there, who looks onto it and holds on the back and finds El Nani, who has come deep into the midfield and holds onto that. And Egypt, who are starting playing from right in their own half of the stadium, and they're looking a bit okay, holding onto the ball rather than attacking against a defensive-minded Mozambique in this encounter. We are approaching the 28th minute of this game, 27th minute of this game, sorry, and the time is fast ticking. And let's see if Mozambique will be coming back into this encounter. The fourth game in the African Cup of third game in the African Cup of Nations, and we have just seen the 5th goal in the African Cup of Nations. Do you think we'll be having that record, which was set in Cameroon 2019, being broken right here?
When you look at it with the way they started with like an house on fire, 2 goals each from the previous 2 matches. And you saw how many chances they've lost. So if they could be more clinical, maybe that record in Cameroon can be broken. And let's just see, because time will tell. But with the way I'm looking at it, and with the advancement with VR that will bring in more penalties, I think goals will be
how many goals were scored in Cameroon? There was not much goal. I think Cameroon was one of the least.
I think Cameroon was the least.
102.
108.
I think 112.
2019 Nations Cup that had the highest numbers of goals scored in the Nations Cup.
So and here we are having 52 matches to be played.
I would say 5 goals in the third
game.
We
have seen 5 goals in the third game. We are expecting more in the 5 goals. So in the third game. So averagely 2 goals in each match. So we are expecting up to 104. I'm very sure that record will be broken. I'm very sure.
Okay, let's see if that record will be broken. And we're approaching the 28th minute of this encounter. It's still Egypt with that early goal in the first half. And still the first half of this game, they're still leading against Mozambique 1-0. Look at that one. That was a beautiful take there from the striker of the Egyptians. Let's see if they'll be holding on to this to the end of this encounter against Mozambique, or will it be Mozambique doing what happened in the game between Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea by coming back into this game and holding on to the Egyptians? But looking at Mozambique in this game and looking at how much they've actually pushed and attacked against Egypt after conceding that goal, it has actually been magnificent from the Mozambicans.
Yeah, it has been fantastic. The way they've taken the game to Egypt is something to cheer, something to patch them at the backs for. Because looking at it, everything, even the big team, the so-called giants in African football, will be wary of Egypt because they are the most successful team in this tournament. But with the way Mozambique has taken the game to them, that's something good. That's something to check. With the level that Mozambique is at, and then they take the game to Egypt like this. See, the best form of defense is that they were unlucky. The goal came from a loose ball. It's just due to the brilliance of that attacker right there for Egypt that they considered that goal. But since then, they rallied together, stuck to their game plan. See, it's discipline for you to concede and still stick to your game plan. Many of the teams, after conceding first, they most likely forget sometimes their game plan into that game, and that's not the best.
Okay, I don't really know the team you are mentioning, but I think I can actually get that team. But I won't be found once.
And that's Algeria now.
Okay, but right now, one of the all-time coaches, foreign coaches that will come to Africa and get it right when it comes to coaching Africa. It was the coach when Zambia defeated against all odds and won that Nations Cup in 2012. But unfortunately, they couldn't win it in 2013, where the Super Eagles of Nigeria did that magic. So Nigerians, you don't have to be, you don't have to be on your foot and be scared of the Super Eagles. I remember 2013, we started on the wrong side. First game against Burkina Faso was 0-0, and we went into that second game against Zambia, where we got that late victory over Zambia. Yeah. So anything can still happen in the Nations Cup, and you can still
we had to use calculator with your hand in your mouth.
Okay, I've actually seen Nigerians, start bringing out the calculators today. Talking about after the game, I went online. I'm coming. I went online. I saw someone saying that we play the full-time draw against Equatorial Guinea. That's 1 point. And you already gave a draw against against Cote d'Ivoire in the second game. A draw against Cote d'Ivoire will make it 2 points. And luckily, the 1-0 victory over Guinea-Bissau will give us 5 points. And you ask the question: will 5 points be enough to take us to the second round?
But that is a position I don't want to be. So that I'll bring out my calculator. I don't want to bring out my calculator.
But is that not the position we are in?
That's the position we are getting ourselves into. That's the position we're getting ourselves into. It's not a comfortable position at all.
Honestly, you see, when you do the right thing, many of the times you get the right result. It's only few occasions that you get it wrong. But when you get it wrong, you will learn from your mistakes. Now, one thing that I think Nigeria see, there's no two ways about it. If you don't do the right thing, you won't get the right result in the long run. After that 2013, what has been the antecedent? We saw Egypt because they build. When they build to a certain level, when they won it, the next time they get to the final, the next time they win it again, because of that consistency in that pattern.
Senegal were lucky last time in Cameroon.
It
was one of the best finals. It was one of the best finals.
And they were building over the years.
Over time. Senegal's been rebuilding right from 2002 when they got to that final.
Including under 17, under 20.
You have to look at how the total domination of African male football from Senegal, from the male team to the under 20 to the under 17,
every aspect.
They dominated Africa. And they are still building for the future.
Yeah, of course.
And back to the game between Egypt and Mozambique. When it comes to talking about Nigerian football, you just have to. There's always a book of lamentation. And back in the game that won't give us that lamentation is Egypt enjoying possession against the Mozambique right now. This is another opportunity for Egypt to go ahead there and still be played in the box of the Mozambicans as Egypt setting themselves up for a cross there and send that straight, but into the hands of the goalkeeper Amani Siluane. I'm very sorry if I murdered some names in this encounter. Back into it, Egypt have gotten that back and it's Fetty on the ball, sends one straight. And that was a lame shot there from the Egyptian. But sends still Egypt through Enani, who gets onto that. But it's going to be a throwing to Mozambique right there in the 34th minute of this encounter. And that is a loose ball there that Trezeguet couldn't meet up to. And back in play is Mozambique, who are attacking right now against Egypt. And let's say if Mozambique, after all this beautiful play, will be getting that equalizer against the Egyptians. Because at the end of the day, sometimes beauty play doesn't transcend into a goal. Just like we saw in the game between Super Eagles and Equatorial. Yeah, it was a beautiful game, but this gets out the goals. And it's Egypt who are attacking right now. It's Mo Salah on the board here. He's been dispossessed there by the left back, or the right back, Mandava there. And it's Mozambique holding onto the ball and sending one straight into the other half. Where a chance for, that was the first half. And back into the game right now is Mozambique attacking right there from the right-hand wing. What would they make out of that? Would this create a chance? And he beat his man successfully there into the box and sends one straight. Would that be the save there from the goalkeeper? What a save there from El Shanawi there. And you can see that young man is in disbelief. Witty, this is the second time I'm seeing Witty, Witty presented with a good chance, but second time he won't be getting that into the back of the net.
Yeah, he needs to work on his finishing so that it won't be the culprit responsible for Mozambique losing out 3 points in this game. And Egypt needs to wake up.
Look at that. Oh, that was almost an own goal. Not Witty. That was almost an own goal.
It just put pressure on the player.
Wow.
To make mistakes.
A very good save from the goalkeeper. That was aimed for the back of the net. And in the game between Manchester United and Tottenham, the second half is about to restart right now. You can see the players are back on the pitch at Old Trafford. And still Manchester United defeating or leading against Tottenham 2-1 at the end of the first half. Let's see what will happen in this 4 to 5 minutes of this encounter. And the clock is actually ticking fast in the game between Egypt and Mozambique. 37th minute already. It's still Egypt leading 1-0 against Mozambique.
Yeah. It's Egypt leading 1-0 against Mozambique. It has been a battle. The underdogs are no longer underdogs. They are contenders of the Afcon. It surprised me to see Mozambique fighting against Egypt against all odds. I mean, all the pundits will understand what I'm saying. The pundits will understand what I'm saying because everybody would have given it to Egypt, but though they are a goal ahead, but it is not. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that Egypt have won this game. Okay. The way Mozambique is playing right now, I'm not convinced because they are giving a fight against Egypt.
Yeah, of course they are giving a fight, but when you look at the way Egypt play more tactical. Egypt, you hardly see Egypt playing the physical African game. They play more like an European side. So they pinpoint, look for when to hurt you the most, and when they hit you hard, they come back. They expect you to come to them. Then they hit you harder. Don't be surprised that with all this initial gragra that will call Mozambique doing, you will just see Egypt come up with second goal. And if Mozambique comes into this game, Egypt will also go at them. Most likely, this is just Egypt's game to lose.
And back in the game, Manchester United is an opportunity for
Tottenham
back in this game. In that game between Tottenham and Manchester United. What a goal and what a way to start the second half for Tottenham. 2-2 game on that game. 46 minutes on that encounter. And what a way to start the second half.
Yeah, that's the right way to start the second half. When you are 2-1 down and you just come back as early as possible in the second half. Look at that build-up play. Look at that run right there down the left. And look at it. The way it's controlled, the decision-making of the player. Dropped it for that next one. Why won't you want to play I-line when you can express yourself like this? You need some kind of player to be able to play this kind of a game pattern. And look at it. They are doing. Look at Timo
that's Timo Werner with the assist. What a way to start your Tottenham career and getting that assist. If getting assist, talking about assist, it has not really been a problem for Timo Werner. Even at Chelsea, the goals might not come, but those assists will always come in. And London is not always he's not a visitor. He's not a visitor at London. Talking about him playing at London, he knows the city. And back in that game, and it was Rodrigo Bentancur with that equalizer for Tottenham, and Tottenham are back in this encounter against the Manchester United 2-2. That game currently sits, and back into the game between Egypt and Mozambique is still 1-0, and that looks like a wicked tackle there. Let's see what the referee will be taking there, and it's Witty again. It looks like to be the danger man for Mozambique.
It's becoming a dangerous man, and it's been an implicating man. We want to implicate the defender, and the way it's going. If care is not taken, he's going to get a penalty here today. If you look at what actually happened today, it's a close look. If the referee will actually want to come down and look if it is a penalty. Looking for a way to implicate the defenders. And he has been. If you look at it, he has actually been one of those defenders, one of those strikers who has been trying to get a goal against the Egyptian. So it's a player to watch out for.
It's a winger, sorry.
A winger, but it's a player to watch out for.
Yeah, when you look at it, Witty is just one player that is above average and trying to get the goals. His finishing has been very poor. His final touch, not really the best. He needs to improve. Yeah, when you look at it, there are some. Even Mozambique should have been back in this game if Witty was clinical.
Yeah.
So when you look at him, and you have to look at it too, the kind of country he's playing for. With those attempts he's having, they probably will be celebrating. But when you lose those kind of attempts for Nigeria, they want to eat you up.
They want to eat it raw.
It depends on
Yeah.
the country you're playing for. But I still think it can improve, grow into the tournament, and become that key man that they can rely on to get the goodies.
Okay, let's say if Witty can be dependable for Mozambique in the second time, very chance for Tottenham there, but easily cut out by Manchester United. A straight to Manchester United starting 11 in the Zakata. Eric Ten favors the 4-2-3-1 formation. It's Andre Onana who is playing his last game before joining up with the Cameroonian national team at the Afcon, where he has unfortunately he has considered 2 goals in this encounter. And the defensive back line of Diego Dalot, Johnny Evans and Rafael Varane, preferable central backs, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, one of the fullbacks in this encounter. And it's the young gun Kabi Mano and the experienced Christian Eriksen playing in the pivot role for Manchester United. And up front is the second goal scorer, for Manchester United, Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, the captain, and Alejandro Garnacho on the attacking trio for Manchester United. Up front is the first goal scorer, Rasmus Højlund. His second goal in EPL in as much games he has played for Manchester United.
Yeah, his second goal in EPL, and he has played, I think, up to 12.
More than 12. More than 12. More than 12.
Games.
Around 15 games in EPL already for Manchester United.
That's not really good. That's not the best, actually, because you need to look at Højlund, the kind of amount they brought him in, and the way he has actually struggled to go into the Premier League. And let's just see if he can actually take up from where he stopped. But hey, I need to, because if you don't if you don't trust your second goalkeeper, why will you bring him in? You need to start playing him. If not for the injury to Sanchez, we won't know that Petrovic is this good.
Of course.
I don't know the problem with these coaches. If you know a player is not good enough, why did you bring him? You brought in a goalkeeper to be the second goalkeeper, and you will not let Onana rest. Let him sit on the bench, at least read the game from the bench. But I just hope that when it goes for
the second goalkeeper, talking about his name. Oh, okay. Atta Bahide.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Salah 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, but that was
That was easy saved there by the Mozambique goalkeeper. And let's go straight to Tottenham starting 11. They chose to go with a 4-3-3 formation. And it's Vicario starting in goal post. We have a Pedro Porro and Christian.
And that's a good attempt for Tottenham, but Onana
to the rescue there. And Richarlison could have just put the finishing touch to that. Very chance there for Tottenham to go ahead. It has really looked like the front line of Timo Werner and Richarlison is actually working the magic for Tottenham in this encounter. 2-2 at 51st minute of that game, and right back into the game between Mozambique and Egypt. It's Mozambique asking the questions against the Egyptians right now. Let's see if they can get that equalizer against Egypt as we approach the 43rd minute of this game. 2 more minutes to go in first half. Let's see if Mozambique in their yellow jerseys will be getting that equalizer and find themselves in the box. So that cross was easily caught out there by the Egyptians, who will be able to take straight at clearing their lines, and the sends one straight to find Tracy Gay right there on the far left wing. What will Tracy Gay make out of it? He takes on this man. Will he be taking it into the box, and he chose to hold on to it? That's great one against his man and into the box, but that was easily cut out, and it's going to be a corner kick to Egypt in the 43rd minute of this encounter. And back to the starting lineup of Tottenham in that game. And the midfield, we have the goal scorer Rodrigo Bentancur, who scored that goal for Tottenham. We also have Oliver Skip and Perry Emery Højbjerg in making it a 3-man in the midfield for Tottenham. And up front we have Timo Werner, Richarlison, and Brian Johnson making the front line for Tottenham in that encounter. It has really been an eventful game in that game between Tottenham and Manchester United. 2-3 stands at 52 minutes of that encounter. Let's see which of this team will be getting this victory, or will it be ending as a 2-2 draw between both teams. And let's go straight to the statistics in that encounter. Tottenham enjoying better share of possession, 64%, and Manchester United having just 36% of possession it's not really looking good for Manchester United.
Honestly, really, really not so good for Man U. How can you be playing at the theatre of dreams and Tottenham to come and dominate play in your domain as big as Manchester United is? See, football has evolved. It has left that time where pragmatism is dominating football. Now it's expressiveness, effectiveness, and the way you interpret your own imprint of the game on the opponent, that is forcing that opponent to play to your own uh, uh, kind of way of playing football. And see, we have to look at it. Is Ten Hag really the best coach for Man U? Or because see, when you look at coaches that keep coming to Man U and failing, that means there's something wrong with the structure in Man U. That brings us back to Cristiano Ronaldo, what he said. You have to see, there are sometimes that you need to break down the whole house and build it from the foundation. And I think it's looking more like that's what is wrong.
Yesterday we saw Jordan Sancho debuted for the second time for Dortmund, and I was so surprised, man. This is a player Eric Ten Hag called lazy.
Funnily, there's something called match fitness. He has not played for a while.
Over 2 months. He hasn't played for over 2 months.
Yes. And look at the performance.
He gave an assist
That
in that
means
game.
he has something inside him. Something is, maybe they need to go and sacrifice.
I also saw Mason, who couldn't start at Chelsea, also starting in that game for Borussia Dortmund, and he gave a good account of himself in that encounter.
You know, the issue with Messi and Chelsea is not that they can. He was refusing to extend his contract.
Well, at the end of the day, he extended the contract.
Because of the sell-on clause. He just wanted to make it clear that he wants to leave. He's not thinking of staying. And I understand his perspective. You have to battle with Chilwell. You have to battle with
Cucurella, and there's still Colwyn, who will still be preferred at the left back.
So I understand why he wanted to leave. So it's better that he left, and Chelsea can cash in on him. United is one of the academy products. So that's good on him. But hey, we have one Sancho that can do some dirty job for Dortmund.
Okay, let's see what's up.
Really need him.
Let's see what's up. Jadon Sancho will achieve with that team. Dortmund, they're still in the Champions League, but Manchester United are out of the Champions League. No disrespect to Manchester United with that. But back into the game between Manchester United and the Tottenham is 2-2 in that encounter. And the game between between Egypt and Mozambique, that game is in the 45 plus 2 minutes already. And it looks like Egypt will be taking this early lead into the halftime break. When that goal came in the second minute, we thought it was going to be roller coaster in the first half. A lot of goals coming in the first half. But at the end of the day, Egypt are taking this 1-0. They look likely to be taking this 1-0 into the halftime break.
If you look at the way Egypt, even in the qualifier, many of the time, when they score like this, they might take the 1-0.
Is it just Egypt or African football?
Not really African football like that. There are some teams that play like that. You can single out Senegal, Egypt, Morocco. Those teams that are tactically sound, they know how to control the tempo of the game. They just put you when they want you to be. And that years you just see 2-0. You just see 1-0. You just see 3-0. But most likely you just see 1-0, 2-0, 1-0, 2-0. Most of the times.
Okay. Let's go back to the game between Egypt and Mozambique. And Egypt has a corner kick right now. Let's see what the Egyptians will be making out of this. Will this be the second goal against Mozambique in the 45 plus minutes already? And don't forget, the first goal was scored in the second minute by Mustafa Mohamed, and that goal was assisted by Mo Salah of the Liverpool big man, who assisted that goal for the first goal and the only goal in this encounter. And right now, it's Egypt in possession. They go for a shot there, but the keeper was almost spilling that, but he had to recollect that, and it's the ball back in the hands of Enani, the goalkeeper. Enani, the goalkeeper of Mozambique, and back played by Egypt there in the midfield, and it looks like it's almost time for halftime break in that encounter. And the game between Manchester United and the Tottenham, and there's been a substitution. It's McTominay who has replaced Christian Eriksen in that encounter. And the game between Egypt and Mozambique has been called to a halftime break there, and it's Egypt who will be going into the halftime leading against Mozambique 1-0. Courtesy that goal in the second minute, an early goal from Mustafa Mohamed, the big man striker for the Egyptians, and they'll be taking that 1-0 lead into halftime break and back into the game between Manchester United and Tottenham. Hojlund, after that goal, we've not really seen much of him in this game.
Yeah, we've not seen much of him. That goal just came via the run of play. Not that really it was that big build-up for Manchester United. But when you look at the way this game is going, it's looking like a game that Tottenham wants to take. And most likely, I see them taking this game because you just have to look at how ridiculous the strategy of Ten Hag has been to, as far as I'm concerned. When you play away, it's still understandable to these big teams. But when you are playing at home, look at the way Chelsea took the game to Man City. A struggling Chelsea. Register your presence that you are playing at home. Look at how easily Man City defeated Man Utd here, 3-0 at the Theatre of Lament. Sorry, Theatre of Dreams. So when you look at the way it's going, honestly, Manchester United, nothing to write
to
about.
Tottenham attacking against Manchester United. What will they make out of this chance? And they create a lot of chances. 7 men playing eyeline, set one into the cross one into the box, but that was easily caught out by Wan-Bissaka. And it's going to be a corner kick up to Tottenham in that encounter. 2-2 at 60th minute, 30 more minutes to go. As we've seen 2 quarters of this game being played already. Let's see if Tottenham will be taking total victory over Manchester United, or will it be a full-time draw again between these two teams? I'm talking about Tottenham and Manchester United.
Yeah, the way I see it, place the corner kick into the box. Oh, that was well headed out by the man. With what I see in this game, I think that it looks more like a game that will end in a draw. Most likely, Man U will want to concede, but if anything concede in this game, there's every tendency that the next team will equalize. Because looking at this game, when you analyze it, people Tottenham has not really covered themselves in glory. Based on the depth of, when we started the season, there was a day we were talking on set and we were like, Tottenham, can they go all the way? But when we looked at their depth, there are a lot of questions about their depth. And remember that game against Chelsea, when those injuries started setting in, they started losing games. So I think that will be the undoing of Tottenham. The depth of squad, they might have been the ones still topping the depth, but they don't have.
Okay, the squad depth is really a problem for Tottenham, and they've gone into the market and got Timo Werner, another prolific striker on his own.
Is he really
day.
prolific?
He's a prolific striker on his day. Solomon, looking at the first 60 minutes, we've seen 1 hour of Timo Werner. Here's another chance for Manchester United, where it's been. That was a big shot there from Mark Tomini, but that flashes across the goal post and went straight off for a goal kick to Tottenham in that encounter. 62nd minute of that game. We have about 28 more minutes to go in that encounter for Manchester United to find that winner against a high-flying Tottenham in this game. That highline attacking of Tottenham is really one we've not really seen in the EPL. I think last time we saw it was with Leeds United. And if you're looking at what the coach of Leeds then, Brescia or Brazil, if I'm not mistaken, and as to what they have in common is that even when they are losing 7-0, they will attack.
Yeah,
it is their nature. Mm-hmm. It is their nature to attack, and that's why it's very difficult to change their style of play. Everybody understand, and everybody know that the nature of play is to attack, and attack, and that is why we are having a situation here of over 2.55. Right now, it's over 3.5. Because it is 2-2.
And for the viewers, you can rely.
We have a substitution in the game between Manchester United and Tottenham. It's Lisandro Martinez who is back, and they call him the Butcher. He's back for Manchester United and into the defense to do what he does best. And we saw Maguire with a very big form when he was around, and now we have the Butcher back for Manchester United. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of headache for Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah, exciting times for Eric Ten Hag after having fewer players to choose from. There was a game he had to introduce one of the academy players. So now he has Lisandro Martinez back, Casemiro is back, and some other guys are back. So I just think that over time, this can now give him more headache. Because see, with your players available, it can bring you to an error of picking the wrong player for the next game. So he has a lot of job on his decks, and these players are coming back. You have complained a lot of players injured. Now they are back. Now let's see what they can do, and they have to do the right things. And when the aroma is right, and let's see if the game can actually give us the best meal we can get after getting this kind of beautiful aroma.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if this game will be giving us the beautiful aroma we expect from this game counter. It's still 2-2 in the game between Manchester United and Tottenham. And it's Tottenham who is holding on to the ball there. And the sends one straight into the other half there. Tottenham through Johnson holding on to the ball. And it's Johnson that gets Wan-Bissaka. He sends one straight into the box. But there was no Tottenham player to meet onto that. And it's still Tottenham through Udoji who was onto that. And it's Udoji on the ball there. What will he be making out of that? Well, it goes down, but the referee says, no, I'm not having any of that. But Tottenham still in possession. And it's Timo Werner in the balls, but easily cut out there by Tottenham and by Manchester United, who will be holding on to that. And the says once clears their line. And talking about Udoji, he has actually been one of the one of the revelation of the season.
Yeah, revelation of the season. If you look at the season he had at the Serie A last season, it was not as explosive as this. And one thing you have to look at.
I wasn't thinking that was going to be a penalty.
No, he forgot that there's VAR. So, and that's Man Utd going
yes, a
on
good
the
chance for
counter.
Manchester United. Well, they make out of this. Rashford should be sending that into the. Oh, that I think that was
Beautiful
so selfish.
defending by Paul.
Beautiful nonsense from Rashford to me, because he could have sent that out and cleared. And set his teammate on the run there, but he chose to go for glory. And that was a good defending there from the Tottenham defender, Christian Romero there. Oh, and this is where we have the problem with Udoji. It has to be injury.
Yeah, injuries. And we just hope that he can still continue in this game. But because he has been one important part of the Tottenham arrangement. And when you look at the way he has come into the starting 11 and he has taken the first team shot. And one thing that you have to give credit to Postecoglou is that he has improved many of these players. These were the same Tottenham players that were playing as if they were really in terrible times last season.
Of course.
And losing Harry Kane and still taking this team to this height is something to cherish. Look at, there's no Son in this game.
There's no Son. There's no
And they've scored
Kulusevski
2
is not
goals
starting
against
this game
Manchester
also.
United. And that's impressive.
And there's no Kulusevski starting for them in this encounter. And back into that was the first goal. Don't give yourself that hyperactiveness. And back to the game between Egypt and Mozambique. After it's Egypt leading 1-0. What do you think the manager of Egypt? I'm talking about Rio Victoria. And when it comes to manager, Egypt they've never been below par. At once they went below par when they got the current Nigerian manager. But we'll not talk about that. That was years ago. But they went below par with that.
They never went low. They kept. You see, there are some things that if the leadership of Egypt if Nigeria was run the way they run the football in Egypt, Nigeria would have won more than Afcon, because the talent that are bound in this nation. When you create an enabling environment, when you create a kind of system that people can try, when it comes to hard work and ability and capability, when you bring it into play, you will see that people that you least expect will start shining. We can talk about even the areas we stay, where you will see talent that wasted away because there are no facilities to harness them. Now look at Egypt. And see, of every country, they will prefer to build their own average more than your own average. That's why in Nigeria you have a lot of average players. But where's the facilities to bring them to excellence? You can say Ronaldo was not exceptional at the beginning. He trained to the highest height. And look at him today. So sometimes, yes, there's ability. Some Yorubas will say abinibi is different from ability.
Okay.
But abinibi meaning what you are given birth with. But see, you can actually grow to become that player you want to be with the right training and the right facilities. But where is the facilities to harness? Where is the facility to harness? Where is the system to grow into? Do you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody?
Yeah.
That's another factor. We need to factor that into our model because realistically, all these things are part of the things that are affecting us. So, very soon, we just hope that we can see a team that is well run and let them give us the joy, the meal that we expect.
Okay, let's see if Nigeria will be getting the team that is well breeded and well run team and the team that will give the Nigerians, the 200 million Nigerians of the joy they deserve in the game of football. It's still the Afcon, and don't forget earlier on, Nigeria played out a 1-1 draw with Equatorial Guinea. And we are currently on the game between Egypt and Mozambique, with the Egyptians leading 1-0 at halftime, and that game is still at halftime. Looking at ball possession at the end of the first half, 57% for Egypt and 43% for
Mozambique.
Mozambique, which shows that the game was not really far from each other. But one place that has really been problem for the Mozambicans has been shot on target, where they've had 0 shots on target at halftime.
Yeah, and they had some chances.
Of course.
Even like Solomon said the other time. See, when you look at this game, realistically and holistically, Egypt is up for the take. But Mozambique has not converted that chance. And I think overconfidence is affecting the Egyptians. They are like, this game is theirs for the take. And then,
Well, you disagreed when during the Nigerian games that overconfidence was why Nigeria played the full-time draw.
no, you know Nigeria is lackadaisical. There's a difference.
I
Egypt
just love his
scored-
adjective. when Yemite is serious to analyze it, the adjective just
No, it's
comes out.
you know when you might want to talk, sometimes you have to listen to him. Calm down and listen to him. He will explain it to you.
Okay, we are listening. You have the phone.
This is a setup.
You have the phone.
Now, realistically, Nigeria was responsible for their own downfall. When you look at it, you have the chances. What did Egypt do? The first chance, they took it.
Good.
They've lost some.
Early in the first half.
One, see, first, your fans, you've given them the direction to channel something to. They won't really see your errors because you have given them something to celebrate. It's psychology. But in Nigeria's game, you see how many chances they lost. And they keep losing it. And it became something like,
A culture.
did these players even train? Did they make an attempt to, fine-tune their finishing? Because look at what we have. Even the prolific striker, the African Footballer of the Year, was wasteful. And what can we say about it? Now, look at it. The chances we had, even that one-on-one, you were saying, was it offside? Was it offside? Because where was the build-up? What are the positional play of the team? Nigeria is not serious. Nigeria, look at positional play. Yes, Egypt is losing chances. Look at their positional play. All chances of Mozambique this game, they only have one clear cut. The others is half chance. Because of positional play, do you know how many clear cuts Equatorial Guinea had? And see, when you look at all these things, it's about tactics and techniques. When you look at how Nigeria played, it's more like individual performance. And it's very painful with the amount that coach is earning. How many coaches in Africa is earning that amount? Even Mozambique is well coached than the Super Eagles.
Wow. That's a big cough right there from Yemite, and back into the game between Manchester United and Tottenham, which is still 2-2 in the 72nd minute. 18 more minutes to go in that encounter. Let's see if Manchester United or will it be Tottenham getting that famous victory over Manchester United right there at Old Trafford, where lots of teams have come and gotten the unbelievable or unthinkable results over Manchester United, with Tottenham be adding to that record right there. And Tottenham will be starting play in this account of Manchester United, or Tottenham, yes, will be starting play against Manchester United in the 73rd minute. It's still 2-2 in that encounter. We have about 18 more minutes to go in this game between Manchester United and Tottenham. Do you think this game is ending 2-2, or do you think there will be a victor at the end of it?
As far as I'm concerned, I think it will be a draw. I don't know, because Solomon might have stayed.
Yeah, well, I want to differ from what Jeremiah said. 18 minutes is a very long-term period of time. 18 minutes and plus the additional minutes. That means we'll be looking at like 25 minutes. And between Manchester United and Tottenham, I'm expecting a goal, at least one goal. So if there's a goal, that means there will be a winner in this encounter. That's going to be a 5-goal thriller in this encounter between Manchester United and Tottenham. And it's likely going to come from Tottenham.
And we can see the players back on the pitch in that encounter between Egypt and Mozambique. And we can see the manager, the Mozambique manager, talking to Witty there, and talking about the manager, Chikunyo Konde. He has just talked to Witty there. And let's see what if everything he has said to Witty there will be actually brought into this game and finally find a way to utilize the half chances being created by the Mozambicans and see if they can find that equalizer against Egypt in the second half. Solomon, looking at the Mozambique coach, what do you think he should be telling his players coming into the second half against Egypt?
Of course, we're telling them, hey, you look at the Egyptians, they are not better than us. It is 11 man by 11 man. You know, man to man, you can get this defeat. Hey, look at Mo Salah, one of the African best. You know, when you want to talk about African, you talk about Mo Salah, you talk about Osimhen, and the rest of them. You know, look at Mo Salah. He has actually added weight. You know, of course, he has actually look at him. It's not like the Mo Salah we used to know in those days. You know, actually has added weight. So it is possible for you to fight against them and get a victory. Go for the goal, but be mindful of your defense.
Right now, at halftime, we're
Yeah.
at the start of the halftime. At the start of the second half, we can see Mozambique making two early substitution in that encounter. Let's say they are going to be attacking substitution being made by the manager of Mozambique, and Slesio will be joining this game. Is putting his done in the number 10 jersey. And we can also see the number 5 jersey be thrown into this encounter. Let's see if Mozambique will be getting that big time equalizer against Egypt that sends the straight into Egypt defense to show that they are not ready, they are not here to play in the second half. But that was easily parted away, just like the way Moses parted the Red Sea for the Egyptians. And that's an acrobatic chance there. But fortunately, that was easily cleared out by the Pharaohs of Egypt as they go all out to attack against Mozambique right now. And it's Egypt holding onto the ball. It sends one straight to Tracy Gate, who is on the ball there. And Tracy Gate goes back and finds Fatih in the midfield, and Fatih who is on the ball. And Fatih sends one straight to Abdul Monin. And Abdul Monin holds onto that ball and comes straight into the midfield and finds his defensive Pierre Ghazi. And Ghazi on the ball there. What will he be making out of the ball and back into the game between Tottenham and Manchester United? Here's another opportunity for Tottenham, but easily caught out there by the assistant referee as that was flagged out for offside. Timo Werner is the culprit, just like always.
Timo Werner. I don't know what happened to him, really. Fantastic player. I don't know, more psychological. Maybe something is going on with him personally for some years. I'm not mentioning. Especially, you know, things like this can be affected by their maybe marriage, relationship. Wow. But look at the coach of Aston Villa. When Arsenal started going on that draw form, it was related to him having issues with his wife and girlfriend. So when he came back, now he's in a better place mentally. And see, these things happen these people, so they have to work humans like us. So everything that we go through to will come into the play at our workplace. I remember when Sheget was
Okay, it's the first 7
there.
minutes of the game between Egypt and Mozambique. And
Egypt want to cut that. They want to talk about that.
Mozambique attacking against the Egyptian right now. They keep taking that game from the back, and it's the defender Mizia, and Mizia sends one straight into the attack of Egypt, but easily caught out there by Egazi, who was onto the ball, but easily caught out there and sends one straight to the wing where he finds Feti. But if Feti was easily caught out there, it's Mozambique attacking against the Egyptians in the 48th minute of this encounter. I'm sorry, I'm actually taking that time fast. And still be held there by the Mozambicans, and that has been given as a free kick to Mozambique in a dangerous position in the 48th minute. It has actually been a quiet game for Garnacho in this game between Manchester United and Tottenham.
Yeah, really, Garnacho needs to come into this game because, but you can't even blame him because how much of the possession is man you have? Because you need to first possess the ball before your wingers can exploit space. Any little bug they get, they send it straight to Rashford. And when you look at the way it is going, I think Garnacho, maybe he needs to come back into the center circle, get the ball himself, maybe take on 2-3 take-ons. Let's see if he can do something spectacular.
Okay, right now it's a free kick to Mozambique in this encounter against Egypt. That's what the Mozambicans will be making out of that. And we can see the manager, he has to take that one, that Conde has to take that water there. And it's a long run there, but that's run across the face of goal. And it's that number 5 for Mozambique with a big shot there on Bruno Langa. And he just took that long run, and it reminds me of Alex when he was playing for Chelsea. And back title when he was playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He got a bullet shot like this against Ghana in the 2008 Nations Cup. And that goal was the only goal for the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they defeated them Ghana 1-0 in the group stage of that African Cup of Nations. And back into the game between Egypt and Mozambique. What with Egypt making out of this, it sends one straight across field there, and it's Egypt in possession of the ball. Sends one across line there. What will they make out of this? And they hold on to the ball there. And they cross into the box with not be a second goal, but easily cut out. But still Egypt with possession. But that was easily cut out by the yellows bodies of right there of Mozambique. And that is going to be a throw-in finally to Egypt in this encounter. Lightening up second half, and we're in the 50th minute. 5 minutes has gone, and Egypt has not really seen peace in the second half.
Yeah, Egypt has not really seen peace. You saw those substitutions. It seems those substitution by the Mozambique coach has been coming with some great results. Unlike a coach that made some substitution in the earlier game today that we didn't really see the impact. When you look at it, Mozambique is better organized in the second half. The way they are taking the game to Egypt. And Egypt was not expecting this. It's showing that they are trying to struggle to now curtail Mozambique to play to their own dictates of the game. But I still think that we are still up for an exciting time. And Timo Werner has been withdrawn in the game. And it's a fantastic debut for Timo Werner.
And you can hear that from Yema. It's a fantastic debut for Timo Werner. We have the young Gil who is being thrown into this encounter. Brian Gil has been thrown into this game. Another fantastic winger on his own day. Underdog Kulivetsky in this game entirely. How much do you think they've actually missed the trickiness of Kulivetsky?
Yeah, as much as they might have been leading in this encounter, because Kulivetsky has a way of scoring those important goals. Positional play, calmness in front of goal. How to take your chances when you need to take them the most. And you have to give it to him. And I think Tottenham are missing too many. They are missing some too. Another
playmaker for them.
I think those are some of the factors that have been affecting them.
Against the first minute in that game between Manchester United and Tottenham, and that game is 2-2 in that game. And courtesy goals in that game. We had the first goal from Rashford for Manchester United. And Richarlison equalized them for Tottenham. And we had the third goal by Marcus Rashford, who made the 2-1 for Manchester United in the 40th minute. And early on in the second half, we had Rodrigo Bentancur scoring in the 46th minute to draw the level for Tottenham in this encounter. It's still 2-2 with about 8 minutes to go in that encounter. Let's see if any of this team will be mounting that pressure to take full 3 points, or will be Manchester United and Tottenham sharing 1 point at the end of that encounter. And right now, it's Tottenham attacking against Manchester United from the right. And what will they make out of this? The cut into the box and takes a cross, but met a lot of bodies, and still Manchester United clearing their lines and looking to attack against Tottenham in that encounter. Garnacho on the ball, but ends into a throw-in after that ball hits up Udoji there. And it's a throw-in to Manchester United in the 82nd minute of that encounter. Back into the game between Egypt and Mozambique. That game is in the 53rd minute, and it's Mozambique currently enjoying the better share of possession. And there'll be a debut for the new Tottenham player, and that looks like Radu Draguzin will be coming into this encounter right now to make his debut. The former Genoa defender will be thrown into this game in a moment from now. And it looks like Tottenham are interested in ending it as a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, they're interested in it. And at the Theatre of Dreams, getting a 2-2 draw is not bad, actually. It's a good result. They defeated Manchester United at home. So getting 4 points over Manchester United is a good one for the season. And bragging rights can be restored. And for this season, they had one over the Red Devils. Maybe the Red in their devil has been chased out.
Okay, let's see if that Red in their Devils will be chased out. Tottenham has a corner kick, and it's the White against Manchester United right now. But the Red Devils equally clears the lines and sends one straight into the Tottenham's half. But Tottenham still hold on to possessions. Romero on the ball goes straight to his left side where he finds is now Udoji. I'm really sure back in place. Tottenham enjoying possession right now. Sends one to Gil there. As Gil on the ball goes back into the defense of Tottenham, and Tottenham enjoying better share of possession against Manchester United right now. Do you think a draw will be a true reflection of this game?
I think a draw will not beat a true reflection, but at least it will be on an understandable result. But I think the true reflection of this game has to be Tottenham winning this game. Because, no, realistically, they dominated.
Yeah, they actually dominated play.
If not for Tottenham, this game would be boring. And then when you look at it, Tottenham has not been scared of taking the game to Man U. Man U has been the one looking for errors to exploit. And in football, you can do better.
And it's that young man Watsi who has just been fouled right now by the Egyptians in that encounter, which is in the 55th minute, which means we've seen 10 minutes of action in the second half, but no goals between both teams in the second half, as Egypt still lead 1-0, courtesy of that early goal in the first half from Mustafa Mohamed, and that's really a dancing equalizer for and against the run of play, they've gotten that equalizer. And it's that big man who finally broke the deadlock for Mozambique in this game, Witty with the equalizer.
Yeah, you see, the instruction, the coaching, I'm telling you about coaching. You see what I was saying? Look at those substitutions. Were they not playing better? Egypt has been struggling to curtail them. That is coaching. And I don't think that coach is getting to divide into 4 places the amount the Nigerian coach is getting. It's not, it's about capacity, intellectual capacity. It's more of like instinct. Look at that build-up.
Look at that build-up.
From defense.
That is it looks like it's not Witty.
Look at the run of
and that's Witty with the ball there.
You know what that run did there?
That goalkeeper.
Yeah,
those 2 players on him.
Yeah, you open up
wanted
the
to
covers.
join the run and open up space for the cross. It is football is like mathematics sometimes. When you do the right thing, you get the right result. Honestly, we are not ready as Super.
What a big equalizer for Mozambique there. Witty getting that equalizer for Mozambique in this encounter against Egypt. We talked about Witty in the first half being the best player for Mozambique in this game, and he has just repaid that for us, getting that goal for the Mozambicans against Egypt.
You see, we talked about the finishing. He has been in the game playing above average. Now, with the finishing, it can become more exceptional. So, with Witty in this game so far, they have Egypt back at level terms. Now, they can actually plan and settle into the game. But one error they will do, because when you score a goal, you have at least 5 minutes to curtail the pressure of the opponent, because they will come at you. It is something that is sure. But their capacity to curtail Egypt, because Salah now is a sleeping lion. He wants to wake up and wants to take the game to Mozambique. So if they can curtail him, put him where they want him to be, then they can have this game to themselves. And who knows, they can dare to dream and win this game.
Okay, they can dare to win and dare to dream and win this game. Was a well-deserved goal for Mozambique, a well-deserved comeback for that team, the Mozambicans, against the Egyptians, as they actually parted that Red Sea in this encounter. They've gotten that goal against Egypt. They parted the River Nile in this one, because the Egyptians have that River Nile in Egypt. And back into this encounter, let's say against the run of play, will it be Mozambique getting this victory over the Egyptians? But looking at the second half, Mo Salah has also been quiet.
Yeah, he has been really quiet. He has not really delved into this game really like the Salah we used to do. But his support cast in Liverpool is different from Egypt.
And that's what that brings me to African football. It's a different ball game. Mo Salah, and that's another chance for Mozambique. That big man, number 10, was dropping in the second half. And it's the second goal. Sergio Barque with the second goal for Mozambique in this game against Egypt. Against all run of play, Mozambique now leads against Egypt 2-1 in this game. Game on right there in Afcon, African Aquaba.
Aquaba Africa.
I was still talking about daring to dream and leading in the game. You see, sometimes coming into games, you have your perspective as an analyst, but when you look at what is going on in the game, when we got into the second half, I told you that Egypt.
Look at that. That was a good move there. And look at that take. Beautiful take by that young man to give his country an unexpected lead against Egypt. Ahmed Egazi there, what was he thinking?
Yeah, it's just a game that he miscued his touch. And when you look at it, really, really, Mozambique deserves to lead in this game. they've done the right things. Especially the coach is their number trust man. That coach is one technically sound coach. He read the game. Now, you know when we started the second half, I was saying Egypt is struggling to settle down. Look at the substitution. See, the coach of Egypt, you know football is more or less mind games. So the coach of Egypt didn't see that coming. So look at the way Mozambique has put Egypt where they want them to be.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it is very dangerous now for Egypt. So Egypt now wants to get back in the game. And they can hurt Egypt the most. And it's 60 minutes of the game ahead. They just need to defend for 30 plus minutes. And they're all man.
And starting more minutes to go in that game between Egypt and Mozambique, and everything's lighting up in Ivory Coast as Mozambique has gone ahead against Egypt in this encounter. 200 lead that 60th minute of this game. And 2 goals within 4 minutes for Mozambique in this encounter. First one from Witty and the second one from Clasico Bake. Beautiful one, beautiful moment for Mozambique. And I can just, paint what will be going in the end of the Mozambican fans right there in the stadium.
A lot of the Mozambican fans will be wondering what actually happened. Because
They almost jumping up
when they scored the first goal, I thought it was just a normal routine. They actually were desperate to get an equalizer. But they are just confirmed that they are a good side by getting another goal ahead of the Egyptians. Nobody will know. A lot of pundits will get this wrong because a lot of if you look at the odds, 1.2.5.
Oh Lord.
Oh God, 1.2.5. That is 2.5 odd for Mozambique to win this game, and 9.80 odd for the Mozambique to win this game.
1.25
For Egypt. Then
another chance for Mozambique right now with his very third goal to find himself through Witty. And Witty sends his man to a long journey there, but he holds onto the ball and sends it back into his right back there, and back into the hands of Witty, who has really been handful for Egypt in this encounter. And it's Mozambique who are restoring normalcy in this game as he sends us back into the midfield. And you can see the manager hats up to him. And back in play right now is Mozambique attacking against Egypt from left to right. They are really, right now they're having that sense of believing that they can win this game against Egypt.
Yeah, the belief will be there. When you can dominate game against an opponent, that means the game is up for grabs, and it's left for you to grab it with both ends. Realistically, if Equatorial Guinea had a technical coach like this, most likely they would defeat Super Eagles. Realistically, no emotions attached, no sentiment attached, because Super Eagles was there for the taking. The first clear-cut chance Equatorial Guinea had, it turned to a goal, because defensively they lacked communication. Knowing when to tackle the ball, knowing the positional play of your teammates in the box, those things were lacking. Super Eagles generally lacked positional play, but look at how this this is a well-coached Egypt team. It's just because they were, I would say, overconfident. There's everything there. But look at Mozambique, the way they are organized. Look at their movement outside the box, back to defending. These are things that it doesn't happen on the field of play. It happens from the training.
Yes, Egypt attacking against Mozambique with this big opportunity for the equalizer from the Egyptians. And they still find out possession as they hold on to the play very close to the Mozambicans half there, and sends one straight to the right hand side of the pitch. And still Mozambique is still Egypt enjoying possession of the ball. And we can see the manager of Egypt, preparing substitution there. And here is Egypt holding onto the ball. What would they make out of that? Would that be a chance for them to get that equalizer against Mozambique? They go very short, but that's overthreatening a nanny in the goal post for the Mozambicans. And that is going to go out for a goal kick in the 63rd minute of that encounter. 27 more minutes for Mozambique to dream, to see if that dream can come to life against the powerhouse, not African powerhouse.
Yeah, even African powerhouse, the most successful team in the Afcon. If Mozambique can do this to Egypt, they can do it to anything in the Afcon. And I think Witty, if he can continue like this, he can be one of the revelations of the tournament. And when you look at this Mozambique team, they can also grow into the tournament. This is just the first game, but I hope they won't be like Saudi Arabia, who gave us an exciting first game. And
yes, Mozambique with another attack run there over against Egypt. but easily cut out there by Mohamed Abdelmonin as he sends one straight into the midfield where he finds Amdi Fati, and Amdi Fati finds Mo Salah there. And it's Egypt who are finding their way into the box, but that was easily cut out, and it's going out for a corner kick to the Egyptians in the 64th minute of this encounter. The game between Manchester United and Tottenham is into added minutes, sorry, and it's still 2-2 between both teams, and it's looking like both teams might just have to settle for 1 point apiece.
Yeah, coming into this game, I even said it on top that what I saw in this game is just a draw. And I don't see anything taking this game. And it looks most likely that it will be a draw. If a team snatches, it's just by luck. With what we have seen so far, they've matched each other. And if a team has scored earlier, the other team would have come back into this game, most likely.
And Konaki quickly taking a stretch to get on the ball, sends one straight into the other half, into the box of the Mozambicans, but that was easily cut out by the Mozambicans, who will be looking to attack against Egypt right now, and the ball finds itself into the hands of Witty, who has been the revelation of this encounter. Fantastic player for Mozambique. He has really been an L in the flesh of Mohamed Amdi in this encounter, and it's looking like the Egyptian number 6 is that Egazi, who is down injured in this moment now. And we can see Egypt are preparing to substitution, and it's the number 7 Mohamed Trezeguet who will be replaced by the number 22 in person of Omar Mamouche in this encounter. And we can see the number 3 also being replaced. I'm talking about Mohamed Andy. He's been replaced by number 4 Omar Kamal in this encounter. And Mozambique are also preparing their own substitution, and it's the number 13, the striker Stanley Ratio, who is being replaced by the number 9 for the Mozambicans in this encounter. Pasholo Lau King. Wow, that's a beautiful name.
And the man you give man.
And it's full time in the game between Manchester United and Tottenham. Eric Ten Hag has hanged again, and it's still 2 full-time draw in the game between Manchester United and Tottenham. The last game for Andre Onana before the Afcon, and he conceded 2 goals on his way to Afcon.
On his
2 goals.
He will
on his way to Afcon, this is the reason why he has actually disappointed a lot of his countrymen and a lot of the African footballers who actually expected him to come from the beginning. But
I don't want to bring that up again.
I know we don't want to bring it. There was a lot of argument before this game within us about that, but it's not something we want to go into. But 2 goals before going to the Afcon is not a good one for Onana.
Well, let's see what Manchester United will make out of this as they find themselves back in the top half after losing that possession to Chelsea. They currently sit 1 point ahead of Chelsea on the table.
Yeah, currently sit 1 point ahead of Chelsea. Not bad. It's good to feel that Man U is not that far.
So Chelsea is in 9th position.
You can actually hold their
9th position. Manchester
United
has 7th.
How I wish
Or 8th.
now is the next time with Chelsea just face Man U at home at the Stamford Bridge, where you can actually propel them and send them back.
Well, do you think Chelsea will be defeating Manchester United if that happens tomorrow?
I think Chelsea will defeat. This Man U, they lack direction. They lack belief. The winning mentality in the team is on one of the lowest percentages.
And you can see what that second goal means to the Mozambicans. And you can see the celebration from the bench to the players on the pitch. What a beautiful feel. And look at the dance from the Africans. And that is one thing you get from Africans, the beautiful dance. Whenever we score goals, we are always interested in a lot of big celebration. It looks like it's an head injury of Egazi. And you can see that bandage be wrapped around his head, and his jersey will be changed any moment from now. 67th minute approaches 68th minute in that game. 22 more minutes to go in that encounter. I'm used to see Egypt coming back into this game.
It depends. There are some substitution that was made now. Let's see the impact. And it's not a team that you are so familiar with to know the intention of the coach and the wingers, which many of these players are playing from. But when you look at the imprint, maybe next 5 to 10 minutes, let's see how the players will be able to interpret the mindset of the coach for bringing them into the game. And then we'll see if it was a solid substitution, or maybe it was just one to renew blood.
I'll get to the game between Manchester United and Tottenham. What a debut for Timo Werner.
Yeah, a straight super debut, getting an assist, those attempts he had, and you can see that he's one man that is hungry and ready to change the narrative he had in the Premier League. And I just hope that psychologically he can calm down. The first rule is relax. If he doesn't relax, we'll just still struggle.
And Solomon, I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans, when they saw that transfer for Timo Werner joining Manchester, joining Tottenham, and they were like, he shouldn't have left Chelsea in the first place.
I know that as a Chelsea faithful, that is what every Chelsea faithful want.
Okay.
But of course, he has actually proven that moving from Chelsea to Tottenham,
So RB Leipzig.
yeah, Abrizek, and now coming back to
Tottenham.
Tottenham, to me, it's a welcome development. He actually fit. If you look at the bite he has brought to Tottenham or Spurs, it's a welcome development. Is and from us henceforth from now going on, I'm very sure Postecoglou want to make him as one of the starting lineup of for Tottenham because he has actually played very well. Look at the assist he gave. Look at the fight he brought to the attacking lineup of Tottenham. It's a welcome development.
Yeah, I remember I was having that discussion when enjoying Tottenham and how much it fits into the Manchester into the Tottenham starting 11, even the way Tottenham pattern of play than when it was at Chelsea. What do you think it's going to really be a big success story for Timo Werner at Tottenham?
At Tottenham, he has the room to shine. It's not left for him to take it because the pattern will suit his kind of playing football. But will he take those time? No manager will keep playing you continuously to some extent if you keep losing chances because you have his neck too. He has to go and answer to the board. So at a particular time, he will have to ask questions. Hey, you have to find yourself. You have to find your feet. Look at so many sitters when I lost interest. Sitters, I'm not talking about just after. Sitters that he should be converted to. Hey, I think Timo Werner, he can do it, but he needs to first relax and play. Play, don't prove anybody wrong. Just play your game. When you see your chances, take them. Think clearly. That's just what he needs.
Okay, back into the game, and let's see if Egypt can also do it in this game against Mozambique. Will they be coming back in that game as that game is in 7 2nd minute and about 18 more minutes to go in that encounter between Mozambique and Egypt. And Egypt are asking a lot of questions now because Mozambique defending in their large numbers. And for how long do you think they can, solve this pressure?
Looking at the game right now, to me, if looking at the game and from what I'm reading, the best Egypt can get here is a draw. It's a draw. I don't see them winning this game today because Mozambique has actually, I underrated them initially. When I saw what they were playing, they came with a purpose. They were precise in what they actually wanted, and they got an early equalizer, and they went ahead to get another goal, 2-1. And a lot of pundits will lose this if Mozambique actually win this game today because a lot of people would have given it to Egypt, the Egyptian, to win based on the presence of Mo Salah in the Egyptian squad. But football is not actually counted like that. Football is not actually rated like that. The Mozambique, they were precise. Look at the way they are organized from the midfield to the attack. It's an excellent information the coach has done. The coach of Mozambique, to me, is one of those coaches we have to look out for in this Afcon because it's not every coach that will have done that. Let me tell you, Nigeria will have won this match today. Let me come back. If Nigeria had a better coach, if Nigeria, I know you don't want to hear that, but I have to say it. If Nigeria had a better coach, Nigeria will have won against Equatorial Guinea today. Okay. It's as a Lezedeke out of the Pesero, who to me is not exposed to football, that made Nigeria to draw against Equatorial Guinea.
Okay, back into the game between Egypt and Mozambique. Is still Mozambique leading in the 74th minute of this encounter. 16 more minutes to go in that game between Egypt and Mozambique. And still Mozambique having the better share of this game with 2-1 the lead against the Egyptians in this game. But Egypt has the better share of ball possession with 57% and 43% to Mozambique. 12 total shot by the Egyptians But fortunately, just 3 shots on target for the Egyptians and 4 off target by the Mozambicans. 5 total shots in this encounter and 1 shot on target. And I'm very sure that 1 shot on target was what led. We've seen 2 shots on target, sorry, from the Mozambicans, and they've gotten 2 goals in this encounter. Talking about being precise in front of goal. Yeah, it's a free kick to Egypt in this encounter in the 74th minute of it. And Mo Salah is standing on that. Will it be Mo Salah swinging that into the back of the net, and the sends one straight, but easily caught out there by Mozambique, by the Mozambicans, and it's Egypt still in possession, but the referee has cited the infringement right there. That's going to be a yellow card to the Egyptian number 24. That is the centre back, Mohamed Abdel Monim, as he has gone into the books of the referee, getting that yellow card of frustration right there. And it's still 2-1 with the Mozambicans leading in this encounter. What an header there, what a way to get into the last 15 minutes of this encounter. Solomon, do you see Mozambique holding on to this victory to the end of this game?
Of course, it's possible for Mozambique to hold to the end of this game. With the kind of playing, with the kind of formation they have, and with the kind of attacking spirit they also have, and with the kind of they are so determined to play against the Egyptians. And you look at it now, they are so relaxed. Now the pressure has been shifted to the Egyptian side against the Mozambique side. And look at the pressure now. If possible, it is the Mozambique that can even add one ahead of the Egyptians.
I'm talking about adding a goal. Do you see the Egyptians coming back into this game?
The tactical changes of the coach has not really done a good job. I think where this chess game swung was the beginning of that second half. Those changes that coach made, the Egyptian team didn't have a question for it, and they didn't have the answer, sorry, for it. And you see that even Salah is struggling in this game. He has done a good job on Salah. Look at, there's a man mark on Salah, and when he's with the ball, too many goes straight to him. And when you remove Salah, we were talking in the first half, when you cut off supplies from Salah, you have taken 50% of what Egypt are going forward, and that's what is coming to play. Look at how arranged that this team is. Look at the way they go out. Look at how they are setting their outside lines. Look at that line. Is any player missing their own? No. That is provisional play. Look at coaching. That is coaching coming into play. Even if Egypt comes back and win this game, Mozambique has given a good account.
Wow, what a chance there from Egypt against the run of play there. And the goalkeeper, Nani, has the woodwork right there to praise for that miss. He was almost spilling that, and that would have gone into the back of the net for the Egyptians. What a half chance turned into a full baked chance there from the Egyptian.
And it was almost going in right there. It's just they were unlucky by the woodwork.
That beats the goalkeeper.
It actually beat the goalkeeper.
Here's another cross from the Egyptians of that corner kick, and that was a good shot there. But that's going to be finding the back of the net, as that was easily going out, and that was for Mamouche there. But that's going to be threatening the goalkeeper of the Mozambicans, who are looking forward to getting into the last 10 minutes of this encounter. They're in the 78th minutes of this game, and 12 more minutes to go, as Egypt, who are preparing another substitution in this encounter. And it's the number 17, Mohamed Neni, will be taken out for the number 8, Imam Ashur, will be thrown into this encounter. Looking at Neni, left to me, it looked much rusty.
Yeah, so much rusty. It's really evident because Mozambique, the midfielder, they took the midfield away from him. He couldn't really dictate the pace of the game. And once a team, you can take the midfield, it makes it very difficult for them to sustain whatever it is they have going on for them. Now, this has shown that that goal was just a beautiful half chance that player took. And then you see, Egypt needs to improve. Honestly, they need to improve because going forward, once they stop Salah, I spoke about it being a good thing and it can be a bad thing. Because going forward, if all you have going forward is only Salah, it can be a bad thing because once Salah is stopped, you are stopped. But it can be a good thing in essence that when you have another player that can do the damage. Salah will take the attention, while the player will do the damage.
But another thing we have to actually look at is Egyptians. They don't always have a smooth start in the Afcon. If you look at the last season in Cameroon, where Senegal won and Egypt got to the final, Nigeria actually defeated Egyptians in the group stage 1-0. And everybody was saying, oh, if Nigeria can beat Egypt, definitely they're going to win the World Cup.
But Salah was actually quiet in that account.
Yeah, he was generally quiet, but they got to the final. And if you look at what Salah did in the final, you know that he's a good player. Because it was like
nobody's denying the fact that Mo Salah is actually a good player, but has it lived up to expectations?
You know, this early stage of the Afcon. It don't always start. Wow, it don't always start well. You know, but it don't always start well, but always end well. That is why he's a brilliant player. So this is the first match, but he will only get better as the match goes on.
Talking about Mo Salah, sorry, before I continue. Talking about Mo Salah in the Egyptian national team, do you think he has really lived up to this expectation? We saw the standards at Liverpool when he plays for Liverpool, whenever he plays for Liverpool, and bringing that into the Egyptian national team whenever it comes to the Afcon or the World Cup. Do you think he has lived up to expectations on the national team up front?
Yeah, based on the team support cast, he has done a good job. Most Egyptians, they adore, because when he's playing with Egypt, you will see that he's trying to give his all. When he see the chances he should take, he will try to make the right attempt. What I think Egypt should start doing I think they have gotten to that transition period whereby they need to go and dig deep and go to the under 17, under 14.
And just go the way Senegal does it, or DBL. And Mali also.
They dig deep, go and breed up yourself.
Or what are your Super Eagles of Nigeria?
Super Eagles, they first need to go and build structure. These things that I'm talking about, they have structure. You can only have build from the young adults when you have structures. You just build them, put them in that structure. It's a pattern. So when they play in that pattern, they are already used to the way the national team plays. They say samba football. It's not something that they were born with it. They were taught in the academy in Brazil. They were taught tiki-taka in Spain. They are taught. So you need to be taught. Many of it, you have talent, but you need to brush that out. What is talent without hard work? So it is very, very important. See, when you look at Egypt is at a place that when you look at their danger man, when you remove Salah, who else?
Okay, who else? Let's see what Egypt will be making out of this. Will Mo Salah be getting them back into this encounter where they actually are currently losing 2-1 against Mozambique, who were thought to be the underdogs coming into this game. Had a chance for Egypt in the 82nd minute of this encounter. And that was another good shot there from Egypt. But that will be threatening, and that is the big man, Mo Salah, looking different with his hairstyle. And that was Dove, who flew into that, where he couldn't fly like a dove, as he sends that into the hands of Mo Salah. And that would have been a good chance for Mo Salah to get that equalizer. But he couldn't just connect to that. He couldn't connect to that. He just reacted to the ball there. And it's the 83rd minute of this encounter. 7 moments to go in regulation time. And still Egypt, who are still losing 2-1 against Mozambique. And the manager is in disbelief. Coming into this game in the first half, like you rightly said, overconfidence and the had that belief. Getting that first goal in the second minute probably might have been the biggest problem for Egypt.
Yeah, this is a lesson for them. Big lesson. When you are at the kill your opponent. Don't leave a room for them to come back. 1 knee is very slim. And this will send a message to Senegal, because Senegal too does these things. If you look at the last Afcon, Senegal struggled to qualify from the group C. It was not a cutting edge. Yes, the later one. But see, when you are leading 1-0, get that security goal. If it was 2-1 when Mozambique scored, most likely it will be Egypt that will extend the lead, because they won't be playing under pressure and desperation that, we need to get back into this game and start leading again. So it's very important when you want to kill your opponent, kill and don't leave them space for them to come.
Okay, let's say the Egyptians will be getting back into this game as they try to connect and calculate that passes from the back. Will it be Egypt also going back to the permutations and calculation table when after this game, like their fellow brothers of the Nigerians, back in place. Egypt attacking against Mozambique. They sends one straight into the box and tries to find some Mo Salah, but that was spilled over there by the Mozambican defender there, and it's going to be a corner kick to Egypt in the 84th minute, and it's the Egyptians who are preparing another substitution. It's Hassan coming in as he will be replacing the number 25 man for Egypt in this encounter, and that's Zizou in midfield. He has actually have an eventful game, but the goals just didn't come in for the Egyptians. Let's see what Ahmed Hassan will be bringing into this game for the remaining 6 minutes of regulation time. And Egypt swings one into the box, but easily cut out by Mozambique, who are not having or who are not giving it to the Egyptian, and still Egypt in possession. But that was easily cut out. It's going to be a throw-in to Egypt in the dying embers of this game. I'm really impressed with Mozambique play, and just the same way I was impressed with Equatorial Guinea against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It's one thing for you to come into the game, having a pattern of play and doing that for 90 minutes. And that is what we are seeing from Mozambique in this game. Just the same way we saw from Equatorial Guinea against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It's so beautiful to see Africans, teams that we look and call the minors, go head to head against the big boys and give a beautiful account of themselves.
Yeah, especially when the big boys are up for the taking.
Yeah.
The big boys has to do something wrong for the minors to take the game. Egypt, what did they do? They underestimated. Super Eagles, what did they do? They were wasteful. So they needed to do something for the minors. But those opportunities usually present themselves sometimes. That's why they have to be at their best to take those opportunities. Because those opportunities can begin to announce them into the world of football. And let them see that, okay, we have a developing country in the world of football who can actually do something special. And I hope that even Mali too will step up. Burkina Faso will step up from the level they were to the next level.
And that's what I was really seeing Africa at the point in time we had Togo qualifying for the World Cup, and it was a beautiful moment. We saw Angola also qualify. 2006 was a beautiful year for African football. We had we saw South Africa also at the 2010 World Cup, though they hosted it, but the first game between South Africa and Mexico was one of the most beautiful, moments in the world of football. And that is what we really want to see, football growing around the world, and Africa in particular. We saw the Female World Cup. The last one we saw Nigeria, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Zambia, Morocco, and all gave a good account of themselves at the world stage. That is what we really want to see at the World Cup. Morocco also got to the semi-final of the Male World Cup, and it shows the beauty and how much African football is progressing and improving. And we just hope that continues, and the world is watching Africa, and the world is enjoying the football of Africa. Yesterday, after the first match I saw online, when one of the influencers on Twitter, on X, was talking about the game and saying that game was actually boring, and someone replied him that this game between Ivory Coast and Guinea-Bissau is more interesting than the Qatar 2022 World Cup opener. The game yesterday was more interesting than that game.
Of course, it was very, very interesting. That was one of the interesting matches. A lot of people will not understand the dynamics of that game. They want to look at maybe probably the slow pace, but to me, the tactical interpretation of that match is higher than even any European game can afford. Of course, a lot of people will not understand. That's why I want to say. Initially when we were on that game,
there's a chance for Egypt to bring the second goal for the Egyptians, but in the 80th minute, Mozambique has really cleared their lines, and we have about 7 to 8 Mozambicans defending with all their life for the remaining 2 minutes of this game. Assured with that cross, but couldn't find that big man, the number 4 for the Egyptian in the box. Mo Salah with a cross into the box, but that was easily caught out there. Look at that call out. Look at that. He actually gave his all. And look at that clearance for the Mozambicans. They are putting their life online right now. Even the Egyptian fans are in disbelief that they are losing to a team like Mozambique.
Of course, they are disappointed. As I was saying earlier on, if you look at the tactical interpretation of that match, it was a very classical match, if you ask me. At the point I was telling you that, look, I expected Guinea-Bissau to come back to that match. They came back. But if you look at what Gasset did, the coach of Cote d'Ivoire, he actually read the match, and did substitution that actually changed the face of the game to the favor of the Ivorians. And that was why the Ivorians were able to hold on to that victory up to the end. So anybody who want to underrate that opener, is doing this to his detriment.
Against the 89th minute of this encounter, let's see if Mozambique will be holding on to that as a try to try to lead an attack from the fence to attack with the coin. They lose that out, and it's going to be a throw into the Egyptians in the 89th minute. Mozambique can dream on, and the little island team can actually dream on against the pharaohs of Egypt in this encounter.
Yeah, they can dream on actually. And it's a game that has been up for the taking. They dared to dream, and now they are leading. But this is not the best tactics. I think playing all men behind the ball will only increase the pressure on you.
Yeah.
I think Witty should be at least relieved of this defensive duty. Just keep him up front for loose balls. Let him chase down so that he might be that man to actually put the icing on the cake.
Yes, Mozambique running out on the pressure right now. Talking about that young man, Witty, who is on the ball, chose to beat his man and run straight around his man. And it's still Mozambique in possession of the ball right here. Let's see what they'll be making out of that. It's chose to go straight into the midfield and hold on to that. And find his way back into the hands of Witty, the first goal scorer in this encounter for Mozambique. He holds onto the ball and tries to go byline, but easily won out. And still one back by Witty there. But at the end of this, it's going to be a corner kick, goal kick, to Mozambique in the 90th minute of this game, and 7 minutes additional time. Big time they added by the referee. Let's see what Egypt will be taking in this last 7 minutes of additional time. You can't write a game off, and let's see, it's a big 7 minutes added up.
Yeah, big 7 minutes up for grabs. Let's see if Egypt can actually find a way to come back into this game. But hey, the chances are getting slimmer per time. And Mozambique is more hell-bent on staying at the
Yes, the cross into the box, but easily cut out there. Mo Salah were on the shot there, but couldn't just connect as there was a lot of yellow bodies in the box, and they called that out, and still Egypt in possession, but the referee is not going to have any of that falling in the box as the sails play on. It's not a penalty, and we can see the Egyptian bench all up there asking for that penalty, and we can still see the player down on his feet there. And dying minutes on dying embers of this game, I don't think he should be seated on the floor.
Yeah, I don't think he should be seated, but he's actually fighting for it.
But let's see if that was a penalty.
Let's see what VR will do about that. Maybe VR will cause something. Let's see the replay right there.
Let's see, that was a cross into the box there in the chest there. What was that? That was a big kick. That might actually be a penalty. Because he got the leg, not the ball. Let's see what VR will be making out of that. That might just be a penalty for Egypt in the dying embers of this game. We can see the Egyptians, even the bench and the players on the pitch, not having any of that and cycling the referee. That should be checked, and I'm very sure VR will be checking that. And the fans are actually having an eventful day right there in the stadium in Cote d'Ivoire. A lot of goals in this game, 3 goals we've seen, and 2 goals in the game between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau, and 2 goals yesterday, which means we've seen 7 goals in 3 matches already played in the Afcon 2023.
Yeah, 7 goals already. Impressive one. We might still see more in this game because if VR check this one very well, I think a penalty.
It should be a penalty. It should be a penalty because that was a careless kick by the player there. Let's see what VR will be making out of that because he got the leg, not the ball.
He got the leg, not the ball, and really inexperienced coming to play. Inexperienced. Well, but you have to grow. There are some experiences you go through just to grow into the game experience-wise. We saw a number of finals Senegal go through before they could win it.
Yeah.
And so it will build your experience over time. It's one of those things.
And the referee will be going to the screens, and we know what happens when the referee goes to the screen. It's likely going to be
I don't think
that decision.
I
don't think he'll be thinking twice because the player didn't get his leg onto the ball. He got the leg, not the ball. What a way! It's inexperience actually panning out here for the Mozambicans from winning situation, and they might be finding themselves finally finding themselves in a situation whereby they might be taking a draw against the Egyptians. No doubt that should be a penalty.
That's a penalty as far as I'm concerned. there's no excuse for that because that's it. The boy is not in a balanced position. How will you go in? Just shade him back. He's on acrobatic or just shade him at the back. Why will you go in for that?
And it was not in a comfortable position to score a goal.
Look at it. Even if he gets that first touch, the other guy will close him.
And I know it's going to be an opportunity for Mo Salah
But it's the one of play.
for Mo Salah to have his first goal in this encounter.
Let's see what the referee decision will be. It's 90 plus minutes in this game between Egypt and Mozambique, and the referee is coming back onto the pitch after checking the monitor and making his decision. And what will the decision be? It's a penalty.
Oh!
Egypt finally have a lifeline in this encounter.
And you can see the celebration.
Has a lifeline.
You can see the relief.
That's a penalty. And I think that's inexperience from the number 14.
That is Mika Azar for Mozambique. He just got that penalty after beautiful play from him in the second counter. But at the end of it, that's what we say. For how long can you hold on to pressure? For how long can you suck pressure in games?
This is more or less not about just pressure. It's just inexperience. Inexperience killed them in this game. Inexperience really did the damage to them. And if they concede now, there's every tendency they can play under pressure. They might want to concede more, but I doubt if they will concede more. They will
Let's see if Mo Salah will be scoring these as goals head-to-head against Nani. What happens if Mo Salah misses this?
What happens is Egypt will lose. And they will drag him on Twitter and on X,
on media, on the social media.
Right now, Mo Salah goes, and the hope of Egyptian lies on that young man, the Liverpool talisman. You can see the players and the fans having the belief that Mo Salah can score these, and the 7 times Afcon champions have the lifeline with the captain Mo Salah standing on these. The former Chelsea player, the former Barca player, the former Roma player, the former Fiorentina player, and presently the Liverpool player and the legend of that team as they were taking that penalty right now. You can see the Mozambicans trying to work
what is that
psychologically on the end
trying
of Mo Salah. That should have been a yellow card.
That should have been unnecessary. That's inexperience we are talking about.
You see, another thing we have to know is that all eyes in this Afcon has been on Mo Salah, Osimhen, Sadio Mane.
Yes, and against Mo Salah. Mo Salah with that run and
he was lucky. He was lucky.
That was lucky enough.
He would have missed that.
And that is the equalizer for Egypt in this encounter. They're back in this game. There's still a lot of time to go in this encounter. So Egypt can still come back to win this game.
Yeah, Egypt can still
the best they can get is a draw.
They can still come back to win this game.
This is 90 minutes already.
That was a lucky penalty. That was actually lucky. That was a lucky penalty.
Look at this.
It's just inexperience. What is this?
That was unnecessary.
My God.
Not that he even went with the right leg. He was supposed to go there.
What is this? Like, you have a player in front of you attempting the ball and you go like that into a tackle. Honestly, that's terrible. It
is inexperience.
That's not the coach's fault. It's just the stupidity of the player.
Wow. Of course, you are right.
Mo Salah with the equalizer for the Egyptian, and what a way for the Egypt legend to get his first goal in the 2023 Afcon, be hosted or be played in 2024. And back in that game, we can see the Egyptians motivating the players on the pitch to go all out and get that third goal. It's a lot of pressure right now for Mozambique, and what a way to end the last 5 minutes of this encounter against the Egyptians, who has a throw-in, and the referee is telling his boys to take it calm, be calm with that. And Egypt takes that throw-in, and it's Mozambique who are back in possession. What would they make out of this as they attack against Egypt? And it says one straight, but there's 2 men there to beat. But the Egyptians are back in possession. Their beautiful faces right there in Cote d'Ivoire. Back in play right now is Egypt, who are attacking from right against the Mozambicans. They hold on to that and sends it back into the midfield. What would they make out of this? Try to create, but that was an overweighted pass, and it's going to be a goal kick to Mozambique. Time wasting there, and it looks like Witty is down there.
Yeah, Witty is down. It looks injured. Let's just hope that.
I don't really think they should be wasting time.
He
has overstretched himself.
A good result for Mozambique.
Wow, another hamstring.
He has actually overstretched himself. No.
That's a muzzle pull right there. And with that muzzle pull, I don't think he'll be able to continue.
Let's see if Witty, it will be a big miss to Mozambique if he's been withdrawn in this game. But who knows this dying embers of this game? About 2 or 3 more minutes to go in this game between Mozambique and Egypt. Let's see how this game will be ended. Will it be ended 2-2? And this is the first 4 goals game. First game with 4 goals in this competition. Other games has been under 2.5. But right now we have the first 2.5 goals in the Afcon 2023. Mo Salah with the second goal and the equalizer for the Egyptian. Look at that run. And he picked the spot rightly.
Yeah.
He set the keeper went the right way, but he couldn't just get to that. The pace and the heat on that ball was actually much for the goalkeeper to actually meet.
The goalkeeper was actually surprised.
And
He
look
was
at
shocked.
it, they almost thought it went out.
I was almost thinking it was going to hit the left of the woodwork and hit the right and come out back.
There's no goalkeeper in the world that can save that.
That was actually a shot. The weight of
Yeah,
that shot.
goalkeepers
That can save that kind of goal.
Yeah, Martinez of Argentina.
No, not
Just
this kind
a left
not this kind of goal.
Just a left hand up can save that attempt.
And back in play is the
Before
goal kick
it's
for
placed on the line.
right now it's goal kick for Mozambique, who has actually had a beautiful game, and it's inexperience which cost them this encounter between them and Egypt in this game, and the dying embers of that game between Mozambique and Egypt. And talking about another game which is starting is the final of the Super Cup in Spain, sorry, with Real Madrid and Barcelona. That game is in the first minute already, and it's starting any moment from it started already. Let's read straight through the starting lineup of that game. For Barcelona, they're starting with a 4-3-3 formation. It's Pena in goal post for Barcelona, Bade, Christensen, Arajo, and Kounde in defense. Roberto Gundogan and De Jong in midfield, and Torres, Lewandowski, and Pedri making the top 3 up front for Barcelona in that encounter. And for Real Madrid, you have Lunin in goal post, Carvajal, Rudiger, Fernandez, and Mendy in defense, Valverde, Chomani, and Cruz in midfield. Up front, we have Rodrigo, Bellingham, and Vinicius Jr. up front for Real Madrid in that game. And back to the game between Egypt and Mozambique 2-2. That game is, and we are into the 11th minute of 7 minutes additional time. And we know how much minutes was wasted by the guys in this encounter. And it's looking like this game will be ending 2-2 any moment from now.
Of course, we are expecting the referee to blow the final whistle. The game is up. The additional time is also up. Now we're just waiting probably the injury time and the wasted time. So to me, if you ask me, I would say it's a very good result for the Mozambicans.
A draw is actually a good draw.
Excellent result for the Mozambicans. A lot of pundits will have given it to the Egyptians to win. Looking at the odd 1.2.5, it's a very small odd that everybody will say.
And the last game for tonight is Ghana against Cape Verde. And we saw Cape Verde. The final was on that game between Egypt and Mozambique. And at the end of it, it's total draw in that encounter. Great game for Mozambique in this game against Egypt. They were just inches away, some minutes away from getting a famous victory over the Egyptians. But the Egyptians came back into this game through Mo Salah, who got them the second goal, courtesy of that penalty late into that encounter. It has really been an interesting day in the world of football. Nigeria played out a 1-1 draw. Manchester United played out a 2-2 draw, and Egypt playing out a 2-2 draw also.
It's looking like we can now say Nigerians 1-1 draw with Equatorial Guinea is justified. With Egyptians drawing against Mozambique.
Mozambique is actually better than Mozambique. This Mozambique team will beat Super Eagles.
How will they say you mean Mozambique is better than Equatorial Guinea?
Because
this ones will beat Super Eagles. This ones will beat the Super Eagles. Will beat the Super Eagles.
To tell you that the Afcon is not as easy as we thought. A lot of people would have given it to Egypt to win. If we look at the odd of the Super Eagles, 1.4.5, but Egyptian is 1.2.5. But they both draw. So let's not crucify the Super Eagles.
Nigeria gets one.
You have to crucify them.
Nigeria getting 1.5 against Equatorial Guinea shows how poor we are coming into this game. Look at the game, the precedence game before this game. Nigeria against Lesotho 1-1. Nigeria against Zimbabwe 1-1. And coming into this game 1-1.
And even lost against Guinea.
Expectations are that Nigeria is not a high scoring team. So that is what fans out for Nigeria to have 1.45 against a lowly rated Equatorial Guinea, the least expected team to get a point in that group. It was a bad result for Super Eagles of Nigeria, no doubt. But that is the end of it all today, you guys' final take.
Yeah, I just congratulations to Equatorial Guinea, congratulations to Mozambique. Next game up, let's see if football can actually serve us a better meal that we all enjoy.
Solomon.
Yeah, no, congratulations to the Mozambican side for bringing that kind of fight against the Egyptian, one of the favorites of the Afcon, because we want to talk about the Afcon right now. Senegal, Egypt, Morocco looks like the favorite.
Okay,
You
can
know,
hear that sound from Solomon and Mike in the studio. The Eagles going to find a side against the National Thunders as the Thunders really crashed on the Eagles in the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Mozambique and Equatorial Guinea as that game ended 1-1 right there in the second game in the Afcon. And in the third game, we've seen Mozambique also holding on to the most successful team in Africa, Egypt. It shows the beauty of African football. Football is on the rise in Africa and around the world. You just want to enjoy the beauty of African football. And away from Africa, Manchester United at home at Old Trafford also played out the 2-2 draw against Tottenham with Andre Onana conceding 2 goals on his way to Africa. And that is about how much we can offer today on Premier Sports Fan Center. Join us tomorrow for more action in the Afcon. Bye for now. Ah,
oh boy, this one, one of the, eh? This is one of the finest